Well, we're on our way over to Doug Jolley's house.
Yeah, so nice to get out of the house for a few minutes and
A break in the weather.
yes,
Yeah.
no kidding. Fun to go see friends when there's a break in the weather.
We'll go play trains.
Exactly.
We want to look at his contest models
Absolutely.
that he did for the National NMRA Convention, which are going to get integrated into the railroad at some
Eventually,
point in time.
yes.
Yeah, but for now they're on the bench, so we'll show you those. Anyway, check it out. This is really neat.
A lot of fun.
I love shooting video of all these different layouts, and Doug Jolley's is just terrific.
Yeah, it's in Sn3. We were already here a few weeks ago, but we thought we'd come back and get down in the weeds, as it were, and look at some of the really fine details on some of the modeling.
The models are really amazing. The detail is incredible.
And S-scale is just big enough that you can really do some fine detail work. Doug says it's the Denver and Rio Grande Narrow Gauge's Third Division.
Oh,
Yeah, Colorado, gotta love it. Look at this really cool C-25 locomotive.
if I didn't know better, I'd swear it's a real locomotive sitting there.
Isn't it?
Miniature.
Miniature brass engine and this short caboose. Oh, gotta love a short caboose.
Yes.
Now the tons of structures, some of which are huge. Look at that mining company back
Oh,
there.
my.
It's gigantic. A lot of the structures are scratch built. In fact, I think pretty much all of them are.
This is my favorite right here, this little vista.
And this town, he's kind of cobbling this together out of pieces from another railroad, but look how that's coming together. All scratch built stuff that was left over, and this teeny tiny little fun telegraph office. Isn't that neat?
Right. Wow, look at that.
Just all scratch built and just so beautifully done. I love it. And I don't think this is even window castings here. I think this is all just built out of plastic or wood strip. It's just beautiful.
It's perfect. Well, and imperfect, really, because look at the weathering.
And this thing, where would the operator even sit on a thing like this? And look at this beautiful, beautiful model of the Ridgway Depot.
I love the looks of that.
It's just so well executed. Look at the detail in the shingles.
I know. Wonderful, beautiful.
Just gorgeous. And again, all scratch built. And the cattle pens, all this board by board fence construction. A lot of these buildings, in fact, most of them are based on real buildings, including this 10 stamp.
This just blew my mind.
I'm not sure which mine this is, but there's 2 sets of 10 stamps inside here. You can see a bank to the left and a bank to the right. These were the mills that ground the stone up into a fine, fine powder for concentrating. So the substructure is cardboard, and then you layer over that. Yeah. So on this unfinished model, we can see what Doug's process is. At least on this model, each one is built to a slightly different technique. In this case, look how much of the building is actually just built out of cardboard.
Right.
And that's what we wanted to show you. And this is Lucky Joe's.
That also blew my mind.
Doug built this for the National NMRA model contest. Is it going to go on the railroad?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. I finally found a spot that...
So in this case, Doug has built this thing board by board, just like you would a real building.
Isn't that crazy?
It's wild.
Oh, my.
The neat thing is he's modeled it such that the next door neighbor tore their building down.
Oh.
and that way you can see the internal details in the wall of Lucky Joe's, and you can see that this whole thing is built up board by board, just like a real building.
I think it's a really neat idea how he's modeled this with the side missing like that. That way you can see the uprights and everything.
Yeah, and the diagonal sheeting, the way they used to do on buildings.
And wiring.
And wiring. Look at that cloth wiring.
Wow.
Just amazing, amazing level of detail. Of course, the majority of the building has got its actual siding on it.
But look at the weathering on the pictures, the advertisements on the side.
Oh, just gorgeous the way he's done the weathering. It looks so real, and the lettering just mind-boggling. It's a beautiful building. And look at the lighting.
I know. It's like I feel like I'm really there.
Yeah. And buy war bonds, that kind of tells you the era.
Exactly. Look how he's done that corrugated tin.
It turned out perfectly. I love it. Yeah, that's one thing about doing buildings with complete interiors and this level of detail. If you don't put lighting in them, you're not really going to show off the interior details. The lighting is what really brings all that stuff to life and just creates an ambiance. Look at that, how cool that looks.
It does. It's neat.
And look at all those little tiny details, the welding tanks and everything.
Oh my goodness, the jerry can.
I remember this is 1/64th scale. This stuff is just tiny.
Oh.
And look at the floor joists above. That's what's neat about building something board by board, is you get that kind of detail. And up here on the roof, somebody's been patching the roof with tar.
Right, and there it sits.
There it sits, nice fresh tar, and they're in the middle of their job. Let's go in and grab a beer.
Yeah, no kidding.
I mean, it's that detailed, and with a full interior, you feel like you could go in here and just order up a couple of brewskis.
Right. Hamburger or something at least.
Hamburger
Yeah.
at least, yeah, because it's both an eatery and a watering hole. Check out the back bar and the balcony and everything.
Isn't that neat?
And you can't actually see any of this without peering through these tiny little windows.
Yeah, it's just amazing. Look at that.
All that detail, and you really have got to get your nose right down in here to appreciate any of it, because it's only visible through these little tiny windows.
Elk horns.
What a fun building.
Oh my.
Well, once Doug gets this built into the railroad, let's say we come back and check it out again.
I would like to do that. It's just such a neat building. I'd like to see where he puts it.
Absolutely. Well, those are really neat.
I like them.
We'll have to get over there and see what they look like once they're installed on the railroad.
Mm-hmm.
Heck, they might be installed already for all we know.
We'll have to go back over.
We will. Doug works on that a lot.
He does.
And his wife.
Oh, yeah.
Because she builds as
she
many
builds
structures as he does.
I know.
She loves building
She
structures.
needs to teach me more how to do some of those.
Well, you're doing some pretty neat stuff.
Oh,
too.
not structures yet, but
Well,
one of these days.
You're building models. Yeah.
I'm keeping myself occupied.
Build a couple of really neat locomotives.
Yeah.
We digress.
Yes.
We digress. Well, if you liked the movie, do give it a thumbs up.
Yes.
And if you didn't like the movie and you do give it a thumbs down, please tell us
Tell
why.
us what we're
'cause,
doing wrong.
Gee, it's like, what?
Why the thumbs
We'd
down?
really like to know if you didn't
Yeah.
like it.
And we do other things besides trains and stuff.
Yeah,
you
we do
know.
all kinds of crazy things.
Whatever crazy we're up to.
We did a thing on collecting chewing gum. So, I mean, we do some...
That one's coming up soon.
Soon, yes, exactly. We digress. Anyway, if you liked it, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't been over to the channel to binge watch, then please head on over to the channel and binge watch. And if you're not a subscriber, well, here's your opportunity, to subscribe. You ready for it? Blue button, zoink! That right there is the subscribe button. Well, we're not sure how you found this movie on the internet. We hope you didn't find it boring. And we will see you here on Tuesday or Sunday. I don't know where we are. As we do some of that foolishness. See you then. Bye-bye.
Bye.